how shit they are at hiding or following someone. He tells them that they suck. You suck. And someone on the other side of the aisle is this lady scientist who's been working for the bad man. She's fed up with him feeding symbiotes to crack addicts and wants to take the hot scoop to the presses. And Eddie's already dabbled in trying to expose the bad man, so she went back to him. Then she ends up sneaking Eddie into the lab and sending him in alone to take photos. He's attacked by some junkie woman that he knew from his previous store. She transfers his new best friend into his body. Eddie and Venom are finally together. Honestly, there was nothing interesting about this build-up. The least effort the entire screenplay went into the setup, as far as I'm concerned. But then, the brilliance of Tom Hardy and the whole fucking reason of the movie begins. Eddie's walking down the street on the phone to Anne, and he's just like, yeah, so it turns out your boss is bad, and I got proof of it on my phone. Hungry. Anyway, I'll call you back. And at this moment, I finally perked up and was like, fuck yeah, here we go. The dynamic of why Tom Hardy took this role begins. The fun of him being sick, like bouncing off his voice in his head. Even though Tom Hardy's portrayal of Eddie Brock was very goofy to begin with, I guess this is where we just have to get used to a Venom origin without Spider-Man. And he can't just be this jerk that gets bested by Peter Parker, and Venom can't get rejected by Spider-Man, forming this dual hatred. This is an Eddie that starts off on his own feet. But anyway, this is the part of the movie where the fun begins. Oh shit. Did I say fun? Oh no. Oh no. Just as soon as the fun starts, it immediately ends. This whole movie becomes rush to the finish. Now, the movie from the second act to the end is something that I can't really nitpick in terms of plot. Like, Venom has to get away from the evil SWAT team and then blow up the Batman's rocket. Like, that's essentially it. While trying to, like, manipulate Eddie and then they form, like, a friendship. So much of this is fun and interesting, but there just isn't enough, making it a very underwhelming final film. And what I am going to acknowledge is that this is a lower budget movie. Despite a $100 million budget still being a fucking lot, there isn't a lot of the spectacle to put in this like every other superhero movie. And that's not even what I wanted more of. Something I kept thinking about while watching this movie was the classic sci-fi horror film, The Fly. That is something this movie needed more of. Body horror and in-depth science of the symbiote. Christ, we have extended scenes in the laboratory and barely anything is learned. They shove like crack addicts into this holding cell and the symbiote goes into it and then just kills the junkie and then exits the body. And the bad guy's like, get me another crack addict. And it's like, shouldn't you be wondering what happened? Like, what are you just gonna keep trying again and again? How about the symbiote like bonds with the junkie, but the symbiote is like all weird and has no energy because the host has no nutrients to feed on. So it like adopts junkie's traits and just sits in the corner is like weird. And the bad guy can be like, what's the deal with your species? And it's like mumbling in the corner or something. It's like, I only answer to Riot. And he's like, who's Riot? Oh, I guess that's a plot hole. Why did the symbiote just bond with the junkie host, go all Venom, and just bust out? Then get a better host later. Later on in the film, the bad man finds out the lady scientist let Eddie into the facility, and he leaves her in a cell with like the blue symbiote. But for some reason, the symbiote kills her, and then it itself dies. Why didn't it just possess her and be a new symbiote? Also, I'm pretty sure they used the exact same shot of the blue symbiote crawling out of the tube earlier when the bad man talks to the junkie. And that's the other problem. They teased all these other symbiotes in the trailers, like the yellow one or the blue one, but then they just die in the film because they don't have healthy hosts. They should have like possessed people. All of a sudden, Venom name drops Riot, and it's like, what? Who? And he's like, Riot is in charge of us. And it's like, what is us? Like, what are you all? An army? An exploring team? Bank robbers? We need to see the other symbiotes being bossed around by Riot so we can fully understand their impact in the story. But, you know, it was probably too expensive to have 4 fully CGI symbiote characters in this movie, regardless of the $100 million budget. But this is what annoys me. Something that Hollywood never ever does. Why couldn't Venom and Riot just have practical suits and then put the CGI face on top? They even did that in Spider-Man 3. All that CGI work that you don't have to do, just match the face textures and lighting to the costume. When the whole thing is CGI, and that's when it really costs the big dollar. So this movie had a massive task of telling Venom's origins without Spider-Man. When this psycho could have just waited for the MCU Infinity Gauntlet Thanos story to wrap up, and all the other superhero movies after that could take a breather, could have just done it then. Also, just want to mention, depending on how Spider-Man makes it back in Avengers 4, he was already in space, already on an alien planet, and could have just gotten the symbiote there, and then you would have homogenized the comics perfectly. Because how many times has the Venom origins just been changed to something lands on Earth and makes its way to Peter Parker? Spider-Man 3 was the worst of this, just having a meteorite land. In this movie, along with the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s, they have the space shuttle pick up the symbiotes and then crash land on it. And this movie did an okay job of getting around making Venom's origins stand on its own. How do they get around a solo Venom origin movie without Spider-Man? Well, they just took the plot from everyone's favorite Lilo and Stitch. Well, they briefly mentioned in one fucking sentence in this movie. Venom was an outcast amongst his peers. Venom is aboard a hijacked spaceship that crashes on Earth. Venom is, although not designed, is born to take over planets, is then imprisoned in a holding cell by humans, is then adopted by a human who is also a bit of a loser with no friends and an outcast. Eddie being picked on by other Earthlings, but then is saved by Venom using his skills and out-of-the-box thinking, mixed with some violence and crudity. Eddie and Venom begin working together with an unlikely friendship that's universes apart. Venom begins helping Eddie sort out his issues and reconnecting with his loved one. It's revealed that Venom is still a monster in nature and is still hell-bent on destruction. Eddie and Venom have a falling out after a conflict. Also in this time, the main villain was hired by a higher-up to kill Venom. Eddie is captured and held hostage. Venom seeks assistance from the human character that Eddie had a falling out with to save him. Venom learns an important life lesson and value of friendship, as well as how Earth is a cool place to live and should be destroyed.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
A spaceship explodes, Venom gets to live on Earth in secret, film ends with them being long lost but found best friends. And there you go. That's how you make a Venom movie without Spider-Man. So yeah, in final conclusion, the movie has some fine fun moments, but overall has a sort of cheapness to the filmmaking. And they think by making it fast-paced will distract you from a shoddy framework. But this is the problem. I want more Tom Hardy Venom. They nailed the performance and the character dynamic even without Spider-Man. By axing him from Venom's origins, it now doesn't even matter if Venom runs across Spidey or not. You can also see why they axed the R rating of this movie, because aside from that, there's nothing about this movie that's like an R. There's nothing about it that's like violent or disturbing. The second Eddie meets Venom becomes like this kid's film. Lilo and Stitch, that's the whole film. This movie even ends with like a kid's movie where it just cuts to Venom and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, or as I'm going to call it for copyright reasons, Dino Island 2 Revenge of the Fallen. Stars Chris Pratt as Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard as Auntie High Heels, Armin Zola, brand recognition cameo, pointless franchise cameo, annoying side character, other someone, Buffalo Bill, and a whole bunch of cartoons, and the Indominus Rex 2.5. So, for a movie that made up its plot as it went along, what would the sequel be? Well, what's in the old Jurassic Park bottom of the barrel? I see past failed sequels and a rejected Roland Emmerich Jurassic Park pitch. So we have The Lost World's kidnapping of dinosaurs, Jurassic Park 3's returning to a destroyed park to save someone or something, and a pointless natural disaster. Like, oh no, there's a volcano erupting, hundreds of dinosaurs, so let's just save like 12. Then for the third act, let's make the greedy lawyer from the first movie's wet dream. Dinosaurs and profit. Sell them to the rich. It's actually astonishing how much of this film is in the trailers. Every single beat is in it. The entire plot. Save the dinosaurs from an erupting island, sell them at an auction, showdown with Freddy Krueger's Rex.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
So, with knowing the whole story in mind before you go into the cinema, the easiest way I can sum up this movie is with the perfect quote from Jeff Goldblum from the first movie. No, not that one, this one.
We call discovery. I call the rape of the natural world.
And also, yeah, this.
That is one big pile of shit.
So this movie is dull and boring. Once again, it departs from the serious integrity of the original to make way for silly, dumb humor and a whole bunch of seen-it-before CGI. Like seriously, they redo the shot of the Brachiosaurus walking and they all look up in wonderment from the original, And it's like, are we meant to be amazed as the audience? Like, not only was that amazement used up from the original, it was actually shot for shot from the original. Also, that was one of the dumbest things from Dino Island World. I've always wanted to see the park in full operation, like it had been talked about in 3 movies, so here's our chance to finally see that fantasy. But before we could have the fun of exploring that, everyone's already bored with dinosaurs. And the only way to bring some new life to Jurassic Park is to mix and match dinosaur characteristics into one of the most advanced killing machines ever. So why is this impressive all of a sudden? I think you're all bored by this.
Corporate felt genetic modification would up the wow factor.
They're dinosaurs. Wow enough.
That's according to our focus groups.
But whatever, the so-called plot of this movie is they learn of a surprise volcano is about to erupt on Isla Nublar, and a Congress meeting is held to discuss whether or not, since these things are man-made and not an endangered species, should they be rescued from the island? With the answer being, are you kidding me? As exciting as they are, these are abominations. Remember the lunch scene from the first movie? Every single point made by these scientists is correct. 65 million years of evolution to separate man and dinosaur. Throw them back into the mix? Yeah, it's not meant to be. They even drag back Ian Malcolm to reiterate the point. But whatever, dinosaurs are adorable and kids love them. It's like bringing Hitler back to life, and he's still just his classic old self. But we have to be humane and let him be, because morals and rights. He doesn't belong in this time. Kill his clone. You can remove him from existence. Just don't name him.
You know, it's time for me to be responsible. Isn't that right?
Don't name it.
Morty Jr.
Oh, crap, he named it.
Great, now Hitler has to stay with us. Thanks, feelings. So when it comes to rescuing dinosaurs from a problem that you started, what's the next step? Have a millionaire pay for you to go. Oh, but little do you know that they have some hidden agenda. Can't just let. Knowing the fact that dinosaurs can't coexist with humans, send the idiots back to round them all up so you can keep using them for money in an even worse environment. You can contain them on an island not inhabited by humans, but nah, bring them to the mainland. Like that's any more clever. Seem familiar? Since The Lost World is a forgettable movie, was this their way of remaking that story to make money that it should have made the first time around? But this time around, the villain plot is much more obvious. From what I remember of The Lost World, which is next to nothing, they send in the newly rewritten Ian Malcolm, who was once a horny, potentially rapey, awkward at a party guy, to now a family man who knows so much about dinosaurs, he's the expert they sent to the island, and not just Sam Neill again. But don't worry, that cash grab plot will come in the next film. And they send Ian Malcolm to rescue one of his past victims, I mean girlfriends. But at the same time, poachers have been sent to steal dinosaurs to bring them to their second-built Jurassic Park in San Diego. Yeah, dumb and never gonna work. Difference this time around, they round up some of the most dangerous dinosaurs and put them in an auction room to be sold to millionaire stereotypes. Gee, 4 movies of dinosaurs ruining everything and millions, if not billions of money wasted in the process of trying to contain the wouldn't be contained. How could this go wrong? Does anyone smell the Transformers franchise? This time around, the way to trick Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt into going back to the island. Well, since she used to be the villain of the previous movie, she needs to use her handprint on a device and type a few numbers into a computer to get information. Like these millionaires can't just hack the old computer systems. Like why don't they just get Julian Assange? And Chris Pratt has to go back because he's the only one who could talk to Blue, the cute and cuddly velociraptor. There's this running B story where there's this footage of him training the raptors from the first movie, and he's the only one who knows how to do it because he has kindness in his heart, or he treats the raptors like people. That or Blue just has the genetics of not being a violent dick and acts like a misunderstood puppy. And yeah, so all of their objectives are sorted in 3 minutes. Then the paper-thin plot thickens. They have a hunter guy leading the operation, and he looks scary. I wonder if he'll betray them. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I go to the store, trying to see if Brandon's girl will pick me up. If not, I think I'll just call Uber or Lyft, but I don't want to go there myself. Can't carry nothing. Then if I pass out or something, people don't know me.
Alright,
He does. He wants money for the dinosaurs. Every scene he keeps asking the millionaire guy for his money. He wants bonuses and to be paid in advance. I wonder if he's greedy or not. Hard to tell because he's so complex and just full of depth. And then our heroes have to heal an injured dinosaur and then follow where the captured dinosaurs are going
You see
Honestly,
the
that's a
what?
remake.
The
But
male
something
is
different
an
in these new
animated
Jurassic
Genesis.
World movies that separates them from the originals is that anyone who isn't a lead character is a fucking annoying, outspoken millennial hipster. We got this irritating character who just whinges and complains the whole time, who I really wish got killed when that spineless Spinosaurus comes through the tunnel. Honestly, learn from the first movie. Kill the annoying character once the dino shenanigans start. And we have this Asian lesbian character. How do I know? Well, it was all confirmed in interviews just before the movie was released. Hollywood just keeps patting themselves on the back for adding diversity into their movies when they don't. Every time a movie announces that they have a gay, bisexual, pansexual character in their films, it's usually when they say it's confirmed in a deleted scene. It's like, look, just say that they're gay in the movie. No one will hate the movie just because there's a gay character in it. Dumbledore is gay, Valkyrie is bi, Lando is pan, Korg is also gay, but not in the movie. Shame, because we had to delete that scene. Ah well. But now the real reason is China doesn't quite fancy the gays. And if you have any of that in your movie, they won't play your film and you'll miss out on all that sweet, sweet China money. Goddamn millionaires putting money before morals. And so what's the new hook with this movie? Another genetically modified hybrid dinosaur. Now they're just ripping off the first Jurassic World. This one barely even has a setup. They already have it in the holding cell, and it's more raptor than T-Rex. Oh good, I love it when things are original. And it's all black with yellow stripes on its neck, like those weird turtles. Or the leech that was stuck on my arm that time I tripped on acid in the forest. What? And it does exactly what you'd expect. Same shit the last one did. Causes havoc with its intelligence. This one even plays dead. And yep, okay, now to spoilers. The more frustrating part of this movie, a running side.
And speaking of picking sides, and what's up, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chadwick Boseman. Get used to all that applause, by the way. What do you think? You wanna drift one way or the other? Well, Iron Man, Captain America. As much as I respect you both, Black Panther is kind of his own guy.
Black Panther is here, the latest addition to the Marvel roster of superheroes. It stars Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, the Black Panther and new king of the fictional yet completely believable Wakanda. Michael B. Jordan is his rival, the Killmonger. Also, after seeing this movie and now writing my review, I realized I've forgotten how to pronounce all the names, and so I will not be able to do that properly. With Peter Nyong'o as Nukia, and also Maz Kanata, which I had no idea. It's got Old Mate from Get Out and Black Mirror, Daniel Kaluuya, and Andy Serkis as the biggest scene stealer in this entire movie. Ulysses Claw is now my favorite MCU villain. He's like Heath Ledger's Joker crossed with that goofy hyena from The Lion King. The plot. The story follows T'Challa taking the mantle of king after the events of Civil War. For the most part, he was just happy to keep Black Panther in, but now has the weight of being king dropped on his shoulders. He goes through the initiation of having to fight any worthy warrior from the surrounding tribes in Wakanda, if they so challenge him. In the meantime, T'Challa and friends have been tracking the whereabouts of Claw, a dirty dog who has killed people in Wakanda and stolen some precious vibranium metal. Last seen in Age of Ultron losing his arm, he is now equipped with a gross rubber arm that shoots like a laser gun. Claw has been working with the soon-to-be-revealed Killmonger, an outcasted heir to the throne and cousin of T'Challa. Killmonger reveals his dark history with Wakanda and is on the warpath to claiming the throne. Direction. Now this movie is weird to explain. Obviously it's a Monday movie with all the visual effects that you could want, but it has this like old school Hollywood approach to it. Like a classic movie from the 70s. Even Black Panther's new updated mask has like these lines on it that sort of remind me of like the 60s Batman mask. And this movie knows to take a lot of itself seriously. The actual gravity of the themes feels so strong. It's not only afraid to get emotional, but really go for it. The drama is good. The drama is like, this is England good. Michael B. Jordan's character is a pretty tragic character in this movie. And going off of the trailers, I was like, I had no idea what his character was. And I was literally like, oh, come on. Yet again, another main villain that's just another version of the superhero. Like, you get Fat Iron Man, you get Fat Hulk, then you get Fat Iron Man again, then you get Nazi Captain America, Dick Thor, not Doctor Strange, stabby stab Ant-Man. So another Black Panther to fight, but the context of why he is another Black Panther just suits this movie so well. Another thing is I kept seeing stuff in the trailers I didn't really know what to think of yet, and I was like, man, they really love showing this flipping over the car shot. It's like fine, I guess, but it's actually a great moment in the film as to like what that moment means. Everything has a point. But what Ryan Coogler did with this movie was just incredible. The fine-tuning, the ideas, the pacing were all top-notch. If you haven't seen any of his other movies, I highly recommend them. Like, Creed was a fine movie. It felt like what Rocky Balboa should have been, because Rocky is the old trainer, and training the new blood worked more for me. Also, Rocky Balboa is like a big inspirational quote machine that people love sharing on Facebook all the time.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you guys got something never finished. Something moving forward. Something never said that. Something moving forward. And you told no, even after that's how winning is done. Who's got the right to tell you that? Who? Nobody. Now, if you know what you're right to listen to, you got your word.
And another movie is Fruitvale Station, which is also another amazing movie. It's one of those important indie films that for any aspiring filmmaker should definitely check out. But watching Coogler play around with a $200 million budget has proven that he is now a director to keep an eye on. Black Panther himself. Another thing about this movie is Black Panther himself. Chadwick Boseman crushes it in this role. T'Challa just feels completely fleshed out. And you go back and look at like Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans in their first Marvel movies, compared to how they are now, you can see their evolution. Like Hemsworth looks sort of puffy in the face with fake blonde hair. Chris Evans still wasn't finding his footing yet and didn't really stand out until the Avengers when he could be a fish out of water. And Mark Ruffalo looks completely different in the first Hulk movie. But yeah, the Black Panther is all there. And this is the interesting thing about this movie, is it's not an origin movie about a superhero. It's an origin story of him becoming the king of his own country. Also, praise to how reserved Boseman was in this movie. Like very Bruce Wayne-esque, always calculating in his head, staying focused, and whenever his emotions do come out, it's huge. The script. Now, after seeing a collection of reviews, something I've noticed that people are complaining about, this movie takes too long to get started and drags on. Now, this is sort of depressing to me. I thought it was an absolute luxury to have the first half of this movie just be world building and setup. Usually that's all wrapped up in the first 15 minutes, and then it's just action for the rest of the movie. Even talking with the people I saw this movie with, we were all glued to the screen from the get-go. I never felt bored once. Going back to this movie feeling like an old school Hollywood film, it was refreshing just to have scenes where characters are just being themselves. They aren't just rambling about the direct plot or having to ad-lib jokes just to stop the scenes from being boring for dumb teenagers.
The fall of Asgard. The great prophecy.
Hang on. I'll be back around shortly. Do I really feel like we were connecting there?
This is like a well thought out script where things were set up but they weren't like in your face as a setup. Like, oh, I know how that's going to come back into play later. So the complaints about this movie dragging on, I just don't get. Like seriously, if Michael Bay was announced to remake Jaws, it would be like fast ocean chases, hot chicks bending over things, and boats exploding. The movie would come out and people would just go, man, the movie was like dumb. The shark stuff was like sick, I guess, but yeah, just not as good as the original. Oh yeah, like you love rewatching the original. It's one of the most boringest movies ever. Like all the shark hunting stuff isn't until the third act of the film, and it's one of my favorite films. What a shame that a well thought out script in this day and age has been pushed aside as boring when trash is making the billions.
What's that?
Now this brings me to the worst part of this film, which has nothing to do with the film, social justice warrior hype. Now I just wanted to point out the annoying social hype for this movie. Now this movie's biggest accomplishment is essentially, this is the first all-black cast movie with the biggest budget ever. But unfortunately, if you're a pretentious journalist, you have to sort of ignore the truth and over-exaggerate the moral argument, which is just so dirty and manipulative, and also could turn people off of seeing this movie. But before this movie came out, there was just a slog of dumb article clickbait after another. The point being, Black Panther is the first black superhero movie. Black Panther is the first all-black movie. Black Panther is the first movie. Just like the Wonder Woman movie, it's the first female-led hero movie. It's the first female movie. It's the first movie. Black Panther is the first clickbait after another. The point being, Black Panther is the first black superhero movie. Black Panther is the first all-black movie. Black Panther is the first moral argument, which is just so dirty and manipulative. and also could turn people off of seeing this movie. But before this movie came out, there was just a slog of dumb article clickbait after another. The point being, Black Panther is the first black superhero movie. Black Panther is the first all-black movie. Black Panther is the first movie. Just like the Wonder Woman movie, it's the first female-led hero movie. It's the first female movie. It's the first movie. It's just annoying marketing to trick us male crackers into supporting a film that the media assumes that we wouldn't have supported in the first place. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Spider-Man and Daredevil, and Spawn was always at the same level with those movies to me. But nah, Black Panther's the first black superhero movie. I can chuck that out. Also Blade, the first black superhero-led movie that predates the big superhero boom before X-Men and Spider-Man. Well, the only other superhero franchise known at the time were Batman movies, but Warner Brothers sort of like ran them into the ground. Like, there's the Phantom, there's Mystery Man. Oh, there's Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles was the first all-turtle-led film. Also, Blade was so awesome. Wesley Snipes did flight choreography.
Downstairs in the kitchen, you know, little things, little tangerine.
No, you go. But where the candy at downstairs again? Huh? Huh? I said, where the candy at downstairs again?
What?
You said the can. I said, where the candy at again?
I didn't want no candy. I said, bring me 3 cuties. I said, they look like tangerines. They like little oranges.
Oh. So like I said, candy. You bad lucky.
Okay?
That's fat.
It ain't worth it, baby.
That's lemons. I said they look like oranges. Little tangerines and orange. They downstairs.
Oh, where I downstairs?
They should be on the counter in the basket. Sit down there, it's all back.
If I tell you something, that's what it is.
Nah, ready to go. I don't see no tangerines. No tangerines here. I don't see anything. No, I don't see nothing downstairs. I know what you're talking about, but I don't see him. I'm the I had left the door unlocked at 3:10, but I don't know if she's here. Go to YouTube. Clearly, I don't know. They are if I get it. Is she about to fight? She ain't about to fight.